we own everybody. We know everybody. So AEDC, would they listen to me? She served for 35 years, and after putting in all that amount of work, now it's time for her to enjoy, has her job.
Hello and welcome to Trendy Talks, that program where we dive into very important topics that matters to you. You are watching and listening to the Ombudsman Radio Nigeria. My name is Damilola Babalola, and today we have very amazing guests in the house. Hello, good morning, beautiful.
Hello, good morning to you too.
How you doing today?
I'm good. I feel good.
May we know you?
My name is Mati Fati, and it's a pleasure to be here.
Welcome.
Thank you.
It's good to have you here.
Thank you.
Good morning, mister. How you doing?
I'm good.
Let's meet you.
Mr. Thomas is my name, and it's a pleasure to be here in Ombudsman Radio.
Thank you so much for being here, Mr. Thomas. So today we are going to be talking about administrative injustice, a very important topic. Together we'll be uncovering very real stories from people who have faced these challenges, and we'll discuss possible causes and explore ways to seek justice. So grab a seat, do not go anywhere. Stay with us and let's get started. Alright, so recently I heard of a story of this Mrs. Adebayo. She's a 35-year-old single mother who was unjustly dismissed from her job at a private company. She worked as a secretary in Lagos, and she had worked for that company for 5 years. I mean, no issues, and suddenly she was let go. Just like that, she was laid off without any explanation, nothing from the company's end. And then despite her efforts to get explanation, nobody was saying anything. She wasn't given a gratuity, no retirement plan,
Nothing.
That's just like that. Sad. She was laid off. And now she's struggling to make ends meet and provide for her 2 children.
This is a very sad story.
Really?
How can somebody having worked for you? That's why, firstly, I would say that once you get a job, collect your employment letter.
Job security.
Because that's your evidence.
Yes.
Yeah. Because if you don't have your employment letter, nobody is going to go on with getting justice for you because you don't even have
evidence that you are actually employed by an organization.
You don't have that. So, in
fine.
the employment letter, there will be a list of things. They can say, it depends on your organization. Some organizations can say that, you have to, before you can be laid off, you have to have 2 or 3 months prior notice.
Yeah.
Some would say that when you're being laid off, they'll pay you off. That's a huge huge amount of money for you to start again.
Compensation.
Thank you. And some, they have retirement plan.
Yeah.
You get. So if any of these,
it also has resumption dates.
Yes.
When you're to resume duty.
Yes. So if any of these is contained in your employment letter, maybe gratuity, retirement plan, or some sort of things like that, you can fight for your rights with that
as an evidence.
Thank you. But once you don't have it, no court is even going to listen to you with word of mouth. You have to be joking.
But I feel like in this part of the world, there is no injustice that is not possible. I mean, in this story, actually, we don't know whether she was given an employment letter or not.
Yeah.
But then I feel like in this part of the world, even with your employment letter, there are still some companies private companies that still wouldn't mind.
They feel
they would even tell you, let's go to court.
Because they feel they have all the
power. Yes, exactly. They have the power, and you just one person, an employer, an employee, so they feel you'll not be able to fight for your rights. Yes. You don't have the money, they have the money more than you, so they can't fight for it.
I've heard where somebody made a statement and he said, we own everybody. We know everybody. We're going to buy our way through. So there are certain big organizations that have this mindset. And they'll be like, you, an individual, want to take up a court case against us. You have to be joking.
So what do you think, Mr.
Yes, you
Thomas?
know, this is something that many people are actually passing through. So it is best for people to always have evidence, like Fatih said, have this evidence. And one thing is that persons who have this evidence, but they don't know how to go about fighting for
Yeah,
their
for their
rights.
rights.
Yes,
Yes, that's
because
another
they
thing.
feel the company they are working with has more power, has
Than
more money,
them.
has more voice than they do. So they're just one person and they can't fight for it. So that's why sometimes, even when they know their rights, they don't know ways to go about it, and they just have to face the injustice.
They give
Yeah.
up before they even start.
Yeah, and I think that's like, I think that's quite a disappointing thing because it happens a lot, a whole lot in this part of the world. People just make decisions because I'm scared of what the consequences of this thing is going to
Would
be
be.
if I try. When you've not even tried in the first place.
You know,
True.
people feel that, especially in our country, they feel that whoever has more money has a louder voice.
Yeah.
So if you don't have money, your voice is not loud enough to be heard. If they should take it to police station now, they feel more money will be demanded
Needed,
for them
yeah.
to be able to win the case. And who are they? Just an employee, and compared to a whole organization, they can use their money and buy their way. And at the end of the day, they will spend more and still not get
Exactly.
justice.
At the end of the day, they might even end up spending more than the amount they're supposed to be
Collect.
giving.
Exactly. So that's why some person will just give up. Yes.
Yeah. So somehow we understand where they are coming from, but then I still think that is not enough.
There's always a choice
Yes.
to try, at least. That reminds me of a similar story. Not exactly similar, but similar in injustice.
Yeah.
A woman, I think Mrs. Hassanah is her name, she served for 35 years. And after putting in all that amount of work,
That
now
is
it's time
long
for her
time.
to enjoy. You know, her job has a retirement plan.
Retirement.
So she's eligible for pension.
Yeah.
And then 2 years after retirement, this woman has not received 1 month worth of pension.
Yeah.
She tried, working the process, submitting all relevant documents, but it just didn't work. And I'm like, what? How can I put in 35 good years of my life working?
time.
And then now I have the opportunity to relax and enjoy myself. Right now, sometimes I just sit back and, is this how we're going to be working for the rest of our
So
lives?
if-
And then now that I want to relax,
Exactly.
you are now denying me what?
So if she was 35 years when she started working,
Mhm.
that's 35 years.
And she had worked for
And she has
35
worked for another
years.
35.
That's
That's
70.
70.
Mhm.
When she's supposed to actually be resting.
True.
And she's walking from one office to another, trying to resolve some cases of
no, that's
administrative injustice.
That's terrible. That's terrible.
It's something that many persons are facing.
Of course.
Many persons in Nigeria face administrative injustice. I have a similar case of administrative injustice as well. One Mr. Okoro, 42 years old, he's a businessman, and he has been disputing this electricity bill for over 6 months with this electricity distribution company. For over 6 months, they overbilled him. And as a business person, he has a business premises.
Yeah.
They overbilled him. So he went to them and tell them, the bill you've given me is too much compared to my consumption. And for 6 months, he has been disputing this, and they have not said anything about it. If he's to pay this money, it's going to bring bankruptcy into his business, and he will not be able to survive in the market.
True.
So he was looking for a way for them to adjust the charge or make some refund, but they refused for 6 months.
Make refunds in this country.
I know making refund is not, but it's something.
not feasible.
Yeah,
It's not feasible. It's
if the
possible,
consumption
actually.
is weighed, if the consumption is measured with the charge, and they see that what is actually consuming is not compared to what the company has charged him, they can make refunds. Yes, if appropriate actions are taken.
Yeah. And I think that no matter how expensive it is, in the long run, you'd be glad you did. Everybody should have at least have a meter where you can just recharge, not like the normal there's like this thing they do in Nigeria here where you guys just contribute money and then pay chicken. So if you have a meter, and then I have a case, I stayed somewhere where when you recharge 1,000 naira every day.
Why?
Every day.
Why?
I don't know why. Maybe they put them on the wrong face or
Band.
something. I don't even
Band-Aid
understand.
thing.
So every day you recharge 1,000 naira. How much am I collecting?
No, that.
You even want to send me to my village? Can you imagine? So I think they are just these cases are terrible cases of injustices.
Yeah.
You might not see it as a big deal, but somebody else, their life depends on this
Depends on
thing.
it.
Somebody that is
yes.
running a business, for example, his his employees rather, they depend on him.
to pay them.
Exactly.
Imagine if my employee salary is going to AEDC. Would they listen to me? Would they say, Oga, deduct it from my salary? I still have to pay them what I have to pay them, and that will take a
Exactly.
toll on my business in the long
And they
run.
also have other charge, other expenses
Yeah,
to,
yeah,
to
yeah,
man
yeah.
their business.
So true. So it's just a lot. It's just a lot.
You mentioned about a meter. If the business was actually using a meter, we're talking about distribution of meter right now. It's not everyone that have access or has access to meter.
People still buy meter. People pay to get meter that
And
is supposed
still-
to be free.
Yes, it's supposed to be free, but some persons are willing to buy this meter, but the
Exactly.
meters
It's still
are
not
not,
available.
they're
Not
not
available.
available.
I said something just now. Even with the meter, if you are put on the wrong band,
Okay.
you will still be extorted. Permit me to use that word, because I just mentioned paying 1,000 naira on a
A
daily
daily
basis.
basis.
How much is my salary?
Bad.
So even with the meters, these things can still occur. Do you get? So that's just it.
So there is a way to resolve this issue of administrative and social injustice.
Yes. You have seen and listened to us talk about these challenges, this administrative injustice that people face on a daily basis. And most times we think there's nothing I can do about it. This country is messed up. There's nowhere I go.
No, your voice will
And
not be heard.
exactly.
Yeah, especially
But
when
then
you don't have money.
Yes,
But there's hope for you.
there is. Thank you.
There's
There
hope.
is hope for you. There's a place where your voice will actually be heard, and you wouldn't have to spend a dime. Please make your way to any of the Public Complaints Commission office in any part of Nigeria, in all the states in Nigeria, and the FCT, or you can just make your way to the headquarters of the Public Complaints Commission at Maitama, Abuja.
Yeah, all you need to do. The good thing is that the Public Complaints Commission has their offices all over
All
the
over,
36
yes.
states and the Federal Capital Territory, and its
Yeah.
headquarters at the Federal Capital Territory at Maitama. Just filing your complaint, and a team of investigative officers will be sent to investigate your complaint and ensure that justice is served and you have your voice heard, and you get your problem solved.
Yeah.
Exactly. And if you cannot visit any of the offices of the Public Complaints Commission in any of the 36 states, you can simply lodge a complaint online. Yes, with your phone. If you have data, that can be done. You have data, you have a smartphone, just type www.pcc.gov.ng and an interface will come out where you can lodge a complaint. And like he said, the investigative officers will reach out to you to know how to tackle your case.
One thing that you do not have to worry about the money you're going to spend for your case to be resolved. No, PCC does not accept any money from you. We are out here for the public. We are out here to solve your problem. So just file in your complaint free of charge, and we take it off from there.
If you are being owed, for example, if that's the injustice meted out to you, you are being owed 999 naira, PCC will recover you 999 naira.
Exactly.
Nothing lost.
Nothing lost. And that brings us to the end of this edition of Trendy Talks. We have heard stories that shed light on the negative impacts of administrative injustice, and we've discussed the steps to address these issues. Remember, justice doesn't have to go unchallenged. The Public Complaints Commission is here to help you seek justice and to ensure that it is served right. Now, if you or someone you know has been affected by administrative injustice, don't hesitate to reach out to the Public Complaints Commission. Let's work together to build a fairer and a more accountable system for everyone. Thanks once again for joining us on this episode, for listening and for watching. Join us next time for another insightful edition of Trendy Talks. And until then, stay informed, stay empowered, and take action. My name is Damilola Babalola.
I am Mati Fati.
Thomas Joseph is my name.
Bye for now.